Welcome home, Raiders. Tonight, we wrap up the Mythic race to World First, and we have lots of presents for you as Convert to Raid presents the Battlenet News. Welcome to the last show of 2017 for the Battlenet News in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Today is December 19th, 2017, and it is now 10:14 in the PM Central Time. My name is Pat Crane, the host of this little show here, and thank you so much for joining us from all around the Blizzard universe. Bam! Last show of the year. Everybody's very excited, as you'll be able to tell soon. The players are here as well, and so let's just kick it off. And we'll go to... Let's make sure I set up my shot. Okay, from Lagging Balls, a show about World of Warcraft and other Blizzard games, it is Thorn. Hello, Thorn.
Hello, my name is Thorn, and I like to boogie.
All right, I'm just gonna move right along. From Tauren Think Tank and other assorted shows, and from the offices of Signals Media, it's Jules Scott. Hello, Jules.
Hi, my name is Jules, and I'm on this Ding Dang show one more time.
Wow. All right. Again, I'm just going to pass right over that. Stunning last show of the year. All right, and from Merely a Setback and other, like a bunch of teams around the CTR universe, it's Sharku.
Hi, everybody. I made it. I'm back. It's been like 2 months since I've been on the show. I haven't been on the show since BlizzCon.
Oh, my gosh. Really?
It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back.
Well, thank you so much. And I actually, I come bearing gifts.
Oh.
First of all, I want to say happy birthday, Hannah. My girlfriend turned 29 today.
Happy birthday, Hannah.
Yay. So, happy birthday to Hannah. Who's not even going to watch. Oh, there we go.
Just a little bit of applause for Hannah.
If she's listening to the show right now, she gets it.
Sure.
So that'll be good.
Yeah.
But there you go. And then she's literally downstairs, probably just leveling her Horde player on the Blood of the Scribe server.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
Yeah, I have something else. I have actually, in my time off, been scrying the interwebs and all of the data mining in Winter Veil festivities, and I came across.
So you're a scryer, not an Aldor.
Yeah, I'm a scryer.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
An outdoorish scryer.
Yep. Okay. What do you got?
But I have come across some old ancient Winter Veil carols that we're going to sing today. So here we go.
Ooh. All right.
And I'm a little sick, so this is going to sound awesome. Here we go. Mm-hmm. Sword in the world, Antorus is here. Let's all go get new gear. The hunter is nothing without the hunt, he said. Thus Illidan stayed behind. Betrayer of demons, the Titan Guard. We wish you a happy Winter Veil. We wish you a happy Winter Veil. We wish you a happy Winter Veil and some shiny new tier full loot bags. We wish to you and your guild. We wish you a happy Winter Veil and some shiny new tier.
Hey, that was awesome! Thanks so much! That was great!
Happy Winter Veil.
Oh, happy Winter Veil, everybody! And since it is the last show of the year and all that kind of good stuff, I just wanted to say to everybody out there, thank you so much for listening to this show for all the time in 2017 that you've listened to the show. Thank you so much. And thank you guys that are here on the show for joining me for the said show. I know it may not be always your favorite thing to do, but thank you for I don't know, placating me or what. I don't know what you're doing. But thanks for joining me, and thanks to everybody in Twitch chat as always for being the extra chair on the show throughout 2017. And maybe we should just kind of, instead of going around and talking about what we've been doing this week, blah blah blah, it's the holidays. I know that things are off for everybody, right? I know that Thorn, our raid team, is not raiding this week, and probably not next week, and probably not the week after that. Who knows, right? The next few weeks are kind of up in the air, and I think that's the same way with everybody. So maybe what we should do is we should take a moment to think about the best stuff that's happened to us in our gaming world, in Blizzard gaming in 2017. Or, I mean, it could be other things too, but that's just kind of what I was thinking. Thorn, do you have some good moments in 2017 that you wish to talk about?
That is so nice, Pat.
Yeah.
And thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Well, yes, I actually do have a very, very important one that's... I had a taste of this last year, and then this year I got a heap and helping. And,
Nice.
A heap and helping. One of the best things that happened to me in Blizzard Gaming this year was meeting so many of my guildmates and Lagging Balls listeners and CTR guild folks and about 1 billion other people at BlizzCon this year.
Right.
The first time we went to BlizzCon, it was very much a wide world of wonder, and the first experience you've only ever heard of, and just being there and experiencing it. And then this time, I kind of barely saw Thyst because she was busy with you guys, actually,
Sure.
which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And for us, that's kind of a dream come true. So that stuff alone was already, and being a part of all this is just like insane. So that I was back and forth between those two things as kind of the highlight of Blizzard Gaming for me this year. But I got to go with the guildmates. You spend so much time with these people, you know?
Yeah.
And then you finally get to meet them in person, and it's just...
Oh, and
wow, you're a skinny little sucker, aren't you?
Right. And
hey.
And let me tell you, meeting your guildmates was actually kind of a trip for me too, because now that I actually first met them outside of game, and now I'm playing with them, and
you have the other way around.
Yeah, and it's like, wow, if I had known this stuff before I started playing with you guys, I might not have joined up. No, not really. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's all good.
No, I appreciate that. It's been a humbling year. So
yeah, no, it's been
questions.
phenomenal, and you're not wrong. I mean, BlizzCon is kind of an easy thing to kind of look back on and say, you know what, that's our Christmas, our New Year's, our birthday. It's all kind of wrapped up in one, and it is one of those amazing times that you don't forget very easily. And so, yeah, I mean, BlizzCon is awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah, cop out answer. Checked off the list.
But you toned it, you honed it in to just be about your guildmates, which is awesome. So that's great. Let's go to Jules. Jules, do you have some good moments in 2017 that you kind of remember and want to remember more?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, I need to make a special shout out to the incarnation of the HGC, which for me was one of the highlights of 2017. To have regular Heroes competitive content out there, and to see these teams just start to develop and grow and change and shift and see all the competition. I spent a lot of hours in 2017 watching competitive esports. Awesome. And it was awesome. But no best of list could be complete without the mention of the CTR party.
Oh yeah.
To me, that is something that I think it goes for both Pat and I. Incredibly proud of what we accomplished this year with the CTR party and how well it was received and what we were able to improve on and make better and have people enjoy more of. It was most definitely a highlight of the year, and I'm always proud of what we do, but this year in particular, I was really freaking proud of what we did.
Yeah.
Because we did some incredible stuff that we didn't think we were able to do. So yeah, that's mine for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, the CTR party was amazing this year. It was bigger and better than ever. And we had so many more people come through than we had in years past. It was always busy, always kind of weird.
It was weird.
What was the band that came through? It was, were those guys?
Songhammer?
Yeah, Songhammer. So Songhammer came through, and they were like signing autographs. They had like a little table and stuff like that. And they said they got up on the stage at one point. I remember Sal gave them a microphone. Number one, Sal, if they come up on the stage next year, we'll just have them shout, because I don't want them to necessarily have a microphone and say this particular thing, which was last call for Songhammer autographs. Because what ended up happening is people heard last call and it was like 10. And people were like, what is going on? And so we had some people left, and they came back. It was fine. But at the same time, it was like, oh, Songhammer, really never say last call. Never say. There are 2 bars here. We cannot say last call. We can't do it.
No.
But it was... No. But it was a very good time.
And they were only supposed to be there for an hour, and they wound up being there for like 3.
Yeah.
So that was pretty funny.
Yeah. They were just hanging out. They were like, this is a fun party. So that was good. Shark, my man. First of all, hello and welcome back. Now, what about you? What do you look back on 2017 and remember?
it's hard to not pick BlizzCon. Anytime. I mean, BlizzCon is always the highlight of my year. It happens at the end of the year. It's a great culmination of everything. I got to meet some incredible people, old friends, new friends. I got to meet Taliesin and Evitel and hang out with them.
Those guys are awesome, right?
They're super, super cool.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, if you watch their videos, meeting them in real life, they're the exact same as their video. They're just goofy and silly. We got to actually play the new dungeon content together.
Awesome. Yeah.
Like, I was just randomly walking through the media demo area, and I saw them. I'm like, hey, how are you guys doing? They're like, Shark, we need another DPS. Sit down. So I was like, oh, okay. But
that's awesome. And they even mentioned you in one of their videos.
They did, awesome. And they're awesome. And they're gonna guest on Merely a Setback when we get that going again. We'll talk more about that later.
Cool.
But yeah, they're super cool. They were so astounded just to be a part of it. Anyway, but that wasn't my thing. BlizzCon is huge. But my biggest, I think, fuzzy moment was restarting Asparagus Initiative. And the guys that got together, those guys, those of you that listen to the show, you guys mean so much to me. I'm so happy to be having fun playing the game again.
That's
because
great.
I found a group of guys that, we just work together and we're having fun, killing bosses, not, going super hardcore crazy about it, but challenging ourselves and getting better. And I am which we are rating this week, by the way, Pat.
Oh, nice. I like it.
Yeah, we're not rating on Sunday, which is Christmas Eve. But yeah, we're gonna farm some content on our other raid night. But yeah, we're having a lot of fun, and that's what I'm most thankful for, or the best experience has been getting that group of guys together, group of folks.
Yeah.
They're good. I love you guys. And meeting half of them and seeing Coltrane again.
Yeah.
At BlizzCon.
That's really great.
And also just that team. It was so fun. Thanks, AI.
Yeah. Asparagus Initiative has always been a fun group. And while I haven't played with you guys recently, I know about half the team anyway. So,
yeah. Once an Asparagus, you just got to log on, Pat, and you're on the roster.
That's awesome because my
once an Asparagus, always an Asparagus.
My hunter needs gear, so maybe I'll just come through for a normal run whenever you're running it, just like a little farm run or whatever.
There you go.
Yeah. So one of the things that I actually want to talk about, one of the things that I remember from 2017. I mean, obviously, I just kind of want to talk about Legion in general, and just say Legion. I know it came out in 2016, but it's been a big part of 2017, and the longer it's played this year, the more that everybody has been super hype about it. I mean, it just seems like everything is kind of it's firing on all cylinders, and I just want to say thanks to the WoW team for really putting everything together. Thanks to Ian Hazakostas for making sure that I mean, he's the bigwig, so he doesn't necessarily go in on all the small details and stuff like that. But he runs the schedule, right? He's the guy who says, you know what, I want to put out new content every 11 weeks. I want to make sure that there's something new for people to come back here and to invest themselves back into WoW after the last couple of expansions that were a little lackluster, especially towards the end, you know? And he's been killing it. The whole team has been killing it. And that's from Ian Hazakostas all the way down to the QA guys. They're all doing a great job over there, and I just want to say thank you for that. The other thing I want to say is thank you to everybody who's been on the show. It's kind of one of those things where I get to hang out with my friends. Really, really enjoy that. And so thank you guys for joining me and being a part of this. And that goes to everybody who's been on the show, from Joss and Hazel from Hazelnutty Games, and Sloot, and and all the regular cast and crew and all that kind of stuff. So thank you guys for joining me.
Even Darius?
Even Darius. He was on this year.
Gosh. He was at least once.
He's still running around in game. The problem with Darius right now is that he's got like this soccer addiction.
Yeah,
it's weird.
He's got a lot of stuff going on.
and so he likes to play soccer on Tuesday nights. I don't know. So, but I still see him. He's still alive, everybody. He's still doing well. He's still playing WoW. He's still playing all these video games, so it's amazing. All right. Let's see. What else?
He'll get another concussion. He'll be back on the show soon enough.
It takes a concussion for him to come back on the show. Because then he forgets that he has to play soccer or whatever.
Right.
I don't know exactly how it works. All right. Hey, I want to, we have more stuff to give away. This is the last week for the show. However, December is not over. So I want to talk to you about the Convert Trade Wintervale Celebration. All right. Yeah, it's a large musical bit for a very kind of weird thing. All right. So now over the last, oh gosh, what is it? Something went on with the video. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, we're freezing up. There we go.
We're all good. So over the last few weeks, we've given out a lot of different prize packs, haven't we, Jules?
We sure have. I just mailed out 3 more this last week, and I'm going to have hopefully 4 more to send this week. We're still waiting on people to check their DMs on Twitter.
Check your DMs, folks. You may have one already. So last week we did a couple of different prize packs from the show, including a Legion Collector's Edition. So please look at your DMs. And we also did a couple through Twitter. We're going to do another couple through Twitter this week. We're going to do another couple through the show. And even tomorrow night, we've got Wednesday night, we've got a live stream that we're doing on Twitch, and we'll be giving away codes and such. So codes for hats, those transmog hats. We've got codes for them, so you don't have to pay for them. And mounts and pets and stuff like that.
I forgot that the transmog hats were even in the game.
I know. It's they're still there. Darius still has them.
Yep.
Speaking of Darius. So this week, Jules, what do we have for people to win? What's one of our prize packs?
So these are big ones, you guys. Yeah. We've got a prize pack that includes a Warcraft Chronicle 1, a CTR coloring book, and a CTR t-shirt.
Okay.
And the second one is an Alliance Kingdom hat. We've got the Shadow Charity plush, like the big thing.
Oh, yeah, the Shadow one.
Plush,
yeah.
And a CTR coloring book.
Awesome.
And and so we're going to tell you in just a minute how you can win those.
Right.
Pat's got a little something special, doesn't he?
Well, I don't. John does. But so we've been doing the secret hashtag of the week. It's not really that secret, right? It's not that secret, but you do have to do it. So make sure to listen after the thing, because we're going to give you a hashtag, and it's a little bit different than what we've been giving you the last couple of weeks. So pay attention And now we'll flip over to John Jagger. John Jagger, thank you for being a part of this as well. John, you know him from Azeroth Roundtable and from Core. So let's play John's clip right now.
Hi, everybody. John here. You know, everybody was saying that I wasn't quite festive enough. So now here I am, standing in front of a bunch of festive lights. Nothing more festive than that, right? I mean, look at all the lights. Anyway, I think it's only fitting that this week's word be lights. Because, well, one's making me look like Rudolph right now. So that's your word. Lights. I'm gonna go back.
Yeah! All right. Thanks, John, for the magic word. The hashtag, however, is going to be a little bit different. The hashtag that you need to do, it's a Twitter campaign, so you got to follow us at Convert to Raid on Twitter, and then throw this hashtag out. Hashtag LightsCTR. Now, before it was like CTR, whatever it is. Now, this week, it's hashtag LightsCTR. It was the only one that we could find that was, like, clean. So, LightsCTR is the hashtag. Please go and tweet at us with that stuff, and you will be entered into the contest to win one of the 2 prize packs that we have. One of which has a Warcraft Chronicle 1 book, which is amazing. The other one has an Alliance Kingdom hat. That's amazing. And the Shadow Charity plush. So, and a bunch of CTR stuff. Can't go wrong. That's right. The drawing is going to be on Tuesday, so make sure to get them in by 8 a.m. Central on Tuesday the 26th. Right?
Yes, and make sure you're following CTR. You got to be following CTR at Convert to Raid on Twitter to win.
There we go. You heard it straight from Jules.
Yes, because I'm the one that picks the winners. So.
Right. So there is hashtag LightsCTR, and then also if you wanna get some more loot, come join us tomorrow night, Wednesday night. Jules and I and some of the guys from the show will be hanging around doing a Wintervale stream, and we'll be playing games, and we'll be giving out prizes, and we'll be, I don't know how long we're going to be on for, a couple hours probably, and we'll just have a bunch of fun and see what's going on. So there. Another thing that we did this year, before we go into news, I know it's been a long time. It's been like a half hour or something like that. We've been doing this show. 20 minutes. Okay. But another thing that we did this year at the show, at Convert to Raid, was we did a secret Greatfather Winter. But it's not so secret. It's not really secret. It's all right. I'll play the music. I'll play the music, though. All right, so we'll play the music. And I thought we'd go around and open up presents on the guys on the show.
Finally.
Yeah.
Present time!
I know you guys have been waiting for this. So let's start with Thorn. Thorn, why don't you open up your present? Who's it from? What do you got?
It's from John Horstman.
Okay. Oh, what is it? What do you got?
Guys,
His face!
It's a jar of salt, guys.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I assume it's to commemorate my rankings in Overwatch.
Oh, yep.
Thanks, John.
Yep.
You son of a...
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And a big congratulations to John, too, because he just got married this last weekend.
Yay!
It's amazing. So congratulations, John, and we'll see you soon on the show, I'm sure. And don't forget to listen to the Overwatch League Daily show. And looks like Thorn is enjoying his salt. That's good. That's good. You gotta enjoy your salt.
Very quiet salt.
It's the quietest salt ever as he pours it over his head. All right, Jules. What
My
do you?
turn.
Yeah, your turn. What do you got?
My turn. Okay, hang on. I gotta get
Who's
my
it
bag.
from? What's it? What do you got?
Oh, here it is. It's from Tatva.
Yeah.
Tatva. Oh, Tatva.
Oh,
All right, hang on.
Tatva. He's such a
Arr!
sweetheart.
He has double taped this. Ugh. Okay, there it is.
What do you got?
There's a card here.
Yeah.
It says, to Jules, here are some new marbles because you've lost yours from taking care of Pat Crane.
That's probably true. That's probably true. Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
You can hear
look.
it. I found my marbles.
I
Right.
found the marbles! Tabba, you
That's
rock.
right.
Thank you.
That's right. And Shark, what do you got?
All right, here.
Who's it from?
It's from Thyst.
Yeah.
All right, and it
May not be
is
safe for stream.
Yeah, we got to be careful. A shiny new legendary
Oh,
Oh,
congratulations!
nice. Congratulations.
I will never equip because it's not as good as the ones I already have. However, it's still not the one that I need.
Right.
Sounds perfect for you, Chuck.
That sounds great.
What I got,
Sounds
what I got
great.
for Christmas, and then here's a picture of Ian Hazakosis in swimwear. I don't know if she meant to send me that. I'll
Well,
just send that back to her.
It's the most wonderful time.
Wintervale is all about giving. Maybe a little much.
Maybe
That
a little
might be
getting.
too much of a giving thing. Pat,
Pat, what did you get?
I got something from Gizmo. Hold on one second here. And look, it looks like
Ooh.
it's a bag gift. And it looks like, oh my. I like this stuff. Oh yeah. It says Kickin chicken juice. It is wine for balanced druids. Oh my god. I'm gonna open this up. Hold on one second.
Nice.
Wait, you're gonna
Oh
Right
yeah. I don't care. I don't care. It's all.
That's a
I was
celebration.
thinking it was this, so I'm just gonna fill up my little
You
holiday
actually
glass.
have a glass. I was waiting for you to
Oh
take
yeah,
a
no,
swig.
I got a glass all ready to go.
Nice.
Let's take a little
Kickin'
sip
chicken
here.
juice.
Oh, that's nice. That's smooth, and it feels like I don't know. It feels like arcane a little bit. It's
Yeah.
weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
Definitely
With
feels arcane.
Feathers and
Yeah, that'd be great. If I had like feathers fly out when I cough. That would be great. I don't have that though. All right, so that's
The good thing about it is it gives you a different buff whether or not it's daytime or nighttime.
Oh
so
yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
best part
That's
about that.
exactly right. That's exactly right. So that is our stupid, not so secret Greatfather Winter gag, and there we go. Thank you.
The end.
Guys,
The end. And now we go on to the news. That chicken juice is pretty good.
nice.
It is not. It is kicking. That is true. All right, let's talk a little bit about World of Warcraft.
A clever strategy.
Yeah, I thought you'd say that. And we will check in with the Mythic Race to World first. It was like Shark. It was like right after the show. Right after the show last week. Like right after. What are the standings,
They were
Shark?
actually holding on the kills because they wanted to finish the show. They were listening to it.
I guess so.
Yeah.
So what are the standings as of right now, Shark?
So it looks
How did it
like
end up?
let me bring this up real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Mythic and Antorus. Is this in the show notes?
Oh,
Is this
whoops.
the right order? Here.
I'm not on the.
Just
I
making sure.
was concentrating too much on the wine and not
Up
on
here,
you
we've
guys.
got it.
There we go. Now we're in the right
So-
shot.
We've got our world first. Method
Yeah.
was able to take gold. They were able to done it first, and then following Method was Exorcis, the other EU guild that is usually in stark or very close rivalry with Method.
Yeah.
Memento was the guild to kill
Those guys
him
are
third.
Fairly new, I think. Right? I mean, as
I've
far as, like,
not
they're-
seen them before.
Okay.
So they're another EU guild. At least I don't recognize the name. They might have been in like top 20s or something like that, but just really. But yeah,
No.
that's
They sound faintly familiar, but for whatever
Right.
reason, I can't seem to remember
exactly.
my short-term memory.
And then fourth was Alpha.
Bad joke.
Memento. Oh my God!
See,
Because the movie, I just
Just
got
keep
it.
going, man. Just keep
it's
going.
okay.
Wow.
It's all right. We'll just keep
Wow,
plowing
I
forward.
can't-
We'll just
the
keep plowing
movie.
forward.
Alpha from the Asian servers
Yeah.
took number 4, and then Limit on the US, the NA servers.
And a big congratulations
was
to
able to kill
everybody.
him too.
A big congratulations to everybody. That's awesome. I'm so glad that they were able to do it. It's basically right after the servers kicked off. The following week, they just went through and then they just cleaned house. I mean, it was. Go ahead.
Yeah, and we got those kills down pretty quick. I know a lot of people were. I didn't get to listen to the show last week. I know that we're talking a little bit about Antorus. There's been some salt about Antorus possibly being too easy, but I don't know if I agree. I think that it was. I mean, it went by pretty quick, but maybe it could have been more difficult. And I know they changed some of the bosses later, but at least on the normal and heroic side. But yeah, we got five mythic finishers. It definitely wasn't. I think it was better than having people struggling on the last boss for 2 weeks in a row.
Sure. And hey, just from other teams' perspectives, not Mythic teams' perspectives, and Thorin, I'll swing to you because I haven't talked to you about this necessarily. Do you think that this round has been easier anyway than other rounds within Legion?
I feel like it's kind of hard for me to make that call. I feel like our team has been better geared than we ever have before. So
sure.
That's exactly what
I'm thrown off by that partially.
Right.
So it's kind of really hard to tell. We've had that discussion a number of times. But we are only halfway through heroic, so
yeah. Well, and I will say, no matter what you're thinking about the difficulty levels of the different tiers or whatever, the different whatever normal, heroic, and whatever, the mechanics are really cool.
Oh yeah,
I think that they've done more with the mechanics this time than they have before. I just don't know if they've necessarily tuned it right. So
yeah, I know for Asparagus Initiative, normal was an absolute rollover. We one-shot most of the bosses in there, and there were bosses that we just didn't do right that we kind of zerged through it. But it's because we were overgearing them. Like honestly, I level 915 without legendaries or tier sets is what normal seemed geared to me for a good player. And I'm saying you might be that, or not necessarily a good player, but that would make it a challenge is what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah.
And if you're struggling in there without that, then there could be many reasons for that. Please don't. I get in trouble for saying bad shit on the show sometimes, just like the word I just said. You have fun editing that out, Pat.
Did you give him some of that?
I don't know.
Kickin chicken?
No,
yeah, the Kickin chicken juice. It's amazing. It's amazing.
But yeah, we really didn't have a problem until Coven is our wall. Heroic Coven. That's apparently the hardest fight in the raid too, on heroic at least. So
I thought you said Kevin. Like heroic
Kevin.
Kevin.
No, Kevin.
Which one's Kevin?
Kevin's
It's just
sisterhood.
Kevin. There's just this
Kevin.
dude just standing there.
Now
going,
we are
hey, what's up?
going to be Kevin 1.
It's like,
A bunch of sisters named Kevin 1.
He's the dude who brings the guitar to the
Fire
party.
Kevin,
Yeah.
Shadow Kevin, and
right. It's just this
but yeah.
hipster. This hipster standing in the corner wearing a funny hat. Just like, all right.
Right. But I think it's the gear. I think it's gear. I think we're all our tier sets were really strong in the last expansion. So even people that are keeping those, it feels kind of OP. And then with legendaries and your weapon just being so strong and boosting your eye levels up, I mean, people are literally cutting off for pugs at 930, which is the eye level that the gear drops in that raid.
Yeah,
and it's like, why? And it's because your eye levels are so high because of the legendaries and the. So I don't know. But yeah, once you get to Coven on heroic and you still think it's super easy, let me know. Because it's been a pretty difficult fight.
Well,
there's a lot of stuff going on in that fight, and it's been a lot of fun. But that's where the challenge kind of hit us on our raid team.
It has been a lot of fun. I'm still trying to figure out balance chicken. Speaking of which, I'll have a drink. I mean,
honestly, I feel like the mechanics for every boss are just so fun, though.
they are.
I feel like every boss is engaging. There's so
Except
few
ENR.
of them.
ENR is tough, right?
Oh,
I mean,
I
because
don't like ENR. But
it's so fast, and on heroic it gets a little bit overwhelming, and I can see how that could be super overwhelming for some people, just because of the sheer amount of mobs. You know, so
we wiped it a few times, and it takes some practice just to know what's coming next. But when you kind of get the pattern, it's pretty easy. But yeah,
Right.
it's not a one-shotter. I don't think. I think you get surprised, especially if you're used to it on normal.
It's easy to remember the pattern, though. It's up,
Right. Once you
down,
get the
down,
pattern,
left,
then
right,
it's
left, right.
Yeah.
right.
BA select star.
Oh, there.
Right.
Yep.
I like
This
that.
is exactly what it is.
I like it.
There's another one. Wow, I'm two
I
for
like
two
it.
tonight.
Hey, I'm
Ugh.
digging it.
Ugh.
I'm digging it. So I'm picking up what you're putting down. That's all that matters.
But long story short, raids are fun. I enjoy them, and we'll be in it for a while. And I don't mind it being a little bit easier because I would like to kill some mythic bosses and maybe even get ahead of the curve on mythic. Who knows? Who knows?
Look
Let's
at
do it.
that. Look at that.
I believe in you.
One thing that I do want to bring up, and this is really dumb. It's really dumb. But one of our guys, one of our mages tried this out last week. Cell tried this out last week. And it's an add-on for people that that really like to crit. And this was amazing. So Fire Mage playing this add-on where Thorn, maybe you should tell people what it is actually.
There are compilations of a certain actor named Owen Wilson online and on YouTube because he happens to say the word "wow" a lot in his movies.
Yeah.
So there's compilations of 10 minutes long or whatever of him just going wow, wow, wow,
Wow.
wow, 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 wow.
Wow.
So somebody made an add-on to do exactly that.
Right. Every time you
It's triggered
crit.
by
And it's every time you crit. And if you're playing a Fire Mage or something like that crits all the time, this is insane.
it's so dumb.
It's so dumb.
So dumb.
He was actually so he set up his stream and he kind of we were watching it and he was just kind of doing a regular rotation or whatever, and it was just wow 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 wow, like everything was wow.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
The people in the stream were like, "Please turn it off." Please.
I know.
God."
I know. What's it called? I can't remember. What is it called? Is it just Owen Wilson? If you look it up,
It is called.
I'm trying to remember what
the
it's called.
Owen Wilson mod.
Is it the Owen Wilson mod?
Yeah.
Okay. So then you can annoy your friends as well, especially if you play like a Fire Mage, or if you're stacking crit.
Any mages, yeah. Frost Mage is huge on crit too. There's a cap to it.
Oh, you know what? It's called the Owen Wilson crit sound. It's a weak
Owen Wilson crit sound.
Right.
It's a weak aura. It's probably the worst weak aura ever made.
I saw that. I nearly crit my pants.
Ah!
That's how you tell a joke, Thorn.
There
you go.
Nice. Nice. I like it.
Drink more wine, please.
Oh yeah. All right. No problem. I'll just have a little I'll have a little sip.
Kickin chicken.
Oh, that chicken juice tastes so good. Let's anything else? Wow. I mean, there's not a lot going on. Let's just face it. There's not a lot going on in the World of Warcraft. News is a little slow. You could say that about all the games for that matter, right? A little bit.
Yeah, it's a little Winter Valley.
It is Winter Valley, at least. Have you guys tried that, by the way? All the Winter Vale stuff, the flying around, freeing Metzen, and
No, Hannah wants me to do that, and she's like, you gotta find Metzen. I'm like, I already found Metzen at BlizzCon. Nobody else saw him, and I did. I saw him.
nice. That's good.
Yeah, I went globe diving looking for the new pet.
Yeah.
I have not found him yet, but
I like how they've put up all the snow globes all over the place. So they've put them in Ironforge, in Dalaran, is there one in Orgrimmar?
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. You turn into a gnome. which is terrific. Sorry. But anyway.
Or, a goblin.
Is it a goblin on the horde side? I didn't even check.
It is.
Is it? So then you can talk like this. Awesome. I love it.
More wine, please. More wine.
It's just going to be about getting me on the drinky drink tonight.
Yes.
Awesome.
Toasty toast.
Awesome. I love it.
You just got to get through it. Just get
Well,
through
I'll
the
do
show.
that.
It's the last one.
I'll do that as long as you take the next segment there, Jules.
Okay.
All right. Let's talk Hearthstone.
Well met.
All right. Kick it off, Jules. Go ahead. What's going on?
If you guys haven't seen this, they put out behind the scenes video about 5 minutes long about kobolds and catacombs. And it is so freaking cool because they talk to effects artists, they talk to character artists, they talk to voice actors, and it is like the stuff that I absolutely adore. One of the things that I always get amazed by when I play the games is that, like, I love the artwork and things that they create, the things that they make in the game, but I don't think about the people behind who makes them. And to see this, like, so there was one of the artists in there who was kind of featured in the discussion, and he actually put himself as one of the main characters of Kobolds and Catacombs.
That's awesome.
I love that.
I love that. I thought that was amazing. And then you listen to the voice actors, and it's Matthew Mercer, who's the voice of McCree in Overwatch, and all of these, the guy who does the innkeeper, which is so cool. And they just snap right into the voices. Voice actors make me happy.
He doesn't even look like a dwarf. It's amazing. He doesn't even have a beard. It's weird.
He just looks like a regular dude.
Yep.
He's just,
I don't like it because I'm jealous.
You're jealous. You want to be the
I'd
innkeeper.
be a great innkeeper. I can't do it right now because I have no voice, but...
Welcome to the inn. Yeah, something like
golden, legendary.
that. How about this one? Epic. How was that? That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
That was a sounder.
Watch
You're
the
cheating.
video, you guys. Like, it's so fun. The effects artist shows how they worked on the effects of just how, like, the explosions happen and how the cards get landed onto the board. And so I'm geeking out completely because I watched this, and I was watching it again this afternoon to get ready for the show, and Pat was like showing me stuff we're working on, and I'm like, go away. I'm watching this. Go away. I don't want to look at your stuff.
It's so good.
But I was showing you some pretty cool stuff. Let's just face it.
You're showing me cool stuff.
And it's all coming up, and it's amazing, and I can't wait to share it with everybody out there. So,
I know.
It's pre-hype for stuff that's coming up.
But I was more excited about watching this video again than I was about Pat Crane's super cool stuff. Can't talk about yet.
Damn it. No, it was super cool, and I always like seeing the voiceover stuff, like any of the voiceover guys, just kind of what they go through and kind of how they do their process and all that kind of stuff, and because what it is these guys are sitting in a room for hours on end saying a bunch of lines that they don't necessarily understand, and they have to be really excited about it. And it's hard. These guys are saying a lot of different lines. So yeah, my hats are off. My hat's off to them, for the job that they do, because I know it's not easy.
And I love these behind the scenes videos because the enthusiasm is just infectious. That's the best part of these, and that's the whole series they did before BlizzCon. That's just still on BlizzCon.com. A lot of them are even still free, whether you had the ticket or not. So good. Like, just you can tell why this game has gone so long, and why all of these games have gone on so long, and why they're so beloved, because the people behind them are just magic makers.
Yep, they really are. They really are. All right, I have a Jaina impression that I'm willing to give you right now. All right, here we go from Hearthstone.
My magic will tear you apart.
How was that? That was pretty good.
That was awesome. Drink more.
Spot on,
that was pretty
Pat.
good. Awesome. I love it. I love it. So now, have you guys played a lot of the different Hearthstone stuff? Have you been playing the dungeons? Have you been playing any of the new cards? Have you been creating new decks or anything like that? I know that we've got some Hearthstoners here. So, Shark, how about you?
Dungeons.
You beat him?
I beat the dungeon with one class. I don't remember. It was probably Hunter.
Yeah.
But I thought it was really fun, and especially when I'm a dirty net decker. I don't like playing the game until I know what the meta is.
Sure.
So when a new expansion comes out, I'm always like, ooh, a bunch of new cards. And now I'm gonna wait for a week for people to build a deck for me to play. I'll get in, and usually I'll do Tavern Brawl, something like this. But the dungeon has been really great because I don't need to worry about cards. I get to jump in there. I played a ton of the dungeon crawl stuff, and I thought it was a lot of fun. And then I was kind of sad when I beat the 8th boss or whatever.
Yep.
And then I didn't get anything.
You just get sent away. You're like, oh yeah, you don't get anything.
I thought I got loot.
See you
I
later.
thought the whole thing was getting loot.
Right.
But
nope.
Maybe they'll figure something out. I think do you get something for
beat
beating with everybody?
Yeah, if you beat with all the classes, then you get like a card back.
Card back or something.
That's it. That's all you get.
Yeah, and it's tough. I mean, some of that stuff is tough.
It's not easy.
Really, you just have to luck out to get the whatever vitality potion that doubles your health, and then you can win.
That's not true. That's not true.
I don't know. I love the vitality potion.
Man, it totally depends on who you're playing against, because there are some bosses that will slaughter.
They'll just shred your health. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I don't remember what happened when I won, but I was just like, "Yay!"
And especially when you get to the end, because I was playing the end boss, and I can't remember which class I was playing, but like I had the who's the dude that brings you back to full health if you have all you need cards? What?
Reno, right?
Yeah, Reno.
Yeah, it's Reno.
So I had a Reno deck going. And I also had one of those special cards that could bring you back to full health. I played both of those. And I still ended up dying horribly.
Well, because he gets all those random, like, super upgrade cards. Like, that's his trait.
Right, exactly. And all those treasure cards and stuff like that. And they're impossible. And this, like, today I got totally tilted playing a stupid mage. So, yeah.
You know what frustrates me sometimes, though, is like you're starting to build a deck and then you get a Reno card and you've already gotten a couple of duplicates in your deck. You didn't plan for that, and now you've got the choice of getting it, and I'm like, I couldn't not get those duplicates. Like, it's just there.
Well, you know,
you can still get the card, but then you don't get the benefit of the card, which is kind of sucky.
Those are also, you know, if it's in your deck, not in your hand.
Right.
So if you
After you play them or they go into your hand,
it's good
you
for
can still use Reno,
game.
but it might not be something you have to do. You can only do on the last turn or something.
Right.
Okay, because that's like a noob thing for me. So the Reno card, if there's duplicates in your hand but not your deck.
In your deck.
That was the thing. I had duplicates in my deck.
It's whatever's in your deck. Not if you.
But once you draw it from your deck into your hand,
then it's clear.
Then you can activate Reno.
You'll see that when it's available. When the thing is available, it has like a little golden edge around it.
Yeah,
and it says, "Hey, you can use me."
Like rogue combo cards and stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm a Hearthstone noob, so I still play the dungeon runs, and I mean, I haven't unlocked certain cards in certain decks. Like I tried to play a hunter deck, and I'm like, oh, you have 12 of 20 cards unlocked. I'm like, crap, that's not good.
Right, you have to play to a certain level to even get all the basic cards.
Yeah, and I don't have all the basic cards, so it kind of stinks.
It's one thing that I think that Hearthstone struggles at. It's kind of hard to get into it if you didn't start at the beginning. Yeah. Like I was in the beta and had been played, and I love the game, and I've got every card back. I'm always playing. I always get at least to level 20. Usually I'm up into like the low 10s, but like 7 or 8. But yeah, it's if you're just starting, it's really hard. But keep plugging. Get your out there. Yeah, get your gold.
It's kind of
packs.
Right, exactly. And I think that you kind of hit on something. If you are just starting out and you really like dungeons and you're like going, okay, where do we go from here? Right. Maybe one of the things that you try to do is you try to go into just some kind of casual mode, which is totally fine. go into it doesn't matter what kind of deck style you want to use, whether it's wild or normal or whatever, and just start doing your dailies. Just start trying to clear off some of those dailies and try to make sure that you're building solid decks that will work and defeat opponents, and don't worry about placement or anything like that. Just get your cards and get your gold so that you can buy more card decks from the guy for free. So
right. I would say for a new player, hunters and warlocks are usually the easiest.
And mages.
Decks.
Mages.
Yeah, mages are pretty easy too.
Because I know hunters have so much synergy already with the deck with your beasts. Like you can have a really decent deck with just basic cards in a hunter deck.
Yep. The ones that get a little trickier are more the priest and the warrior, where you have to think about health and all that kind of stuff. So
that, and well, not only that, but you have to have like 7 legendaries to make the deck work, and it's just
I don't know about 7, but
it's really hard for what was it that I was looking at the other day?
Wait, what?
Oh, I'm playing the Big Priest. Have you played the Big Priest yet?
I don't know what the Big Priest is.
It's my favorite deck. A Big Priest is you drop. I wish Horseman was here so we could talk Hearthstone. But it's when you drop there's a minion that has taunt and life steal. That's a 4/9.
Oh, nice.
Basically, you just put a bunch of big taunty minions in your deck.
Yeah.
And then you run Barnes, who automatically summons a 1/1. Like when you play him, he summons a 1/1 of something else in your deck. So let's say I summon the 1/1 taunt lifesteal, which also has a death rattle that automatically kills somebody else or another minion, right? So just automatically kills another minion when it dies. Then there's a priest card for 4 mana that I can play that will summon anything I had that dies. So I can basically summon that 9 mana card for only 4 mana. And I know it's really ridiculous.
I'm playing Hearthstone.
Sorry,
right now.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, basically, but it's cool. And you put Ysera and Lich King in it.
Yep.
Because they give you a bunch of really cool cards, and even if you only have a 1/1 of that, like it doesn't matter because the benefit of that card still goes off.
Right.
So.
Right. That's awesome.
It's really a really fun deck.
I'm checking it out on my phone right now. All right.
Big Priest, yeah.
Okay.
But there's like 17 legendaries in that deck. It's not really that many, but there's
a
Lich
lot.
King. Why is it so big?
Lich King, Ysera, the Shadow Anduin guy. Yeah.
Lich King is an amazing card. It's awesome. I love that one.
Barnes is a legendary.
Barnes is a cheap legendary. Well, it's not cheap for dust, but it's
cheap. Yeah, it's a cheap. It's a 4 mana. 4 mana.
Yeah. It's nice.
Arthas or Riot?
Arthas.
Yeah, lots of people. Arthas was the first legendary I opened in the Lich King expansion.
Awesome.
I opened. I was like, I had to go tell Hannah. I'm like, they have a puppy named Arthas.
You have a puppy named Arthas?
In the card. Arthas.
Arthas. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a card and there's a dog. It's a Death Knight dog.
Right.
He's named Arthas.
Right. I forgot about that.
2/2 that has a death rattle that does the same thing that the Lich King does, basically.
Yes. Okay. Anything else, Hearthstone, you guys want to talk about? Because we've got other things to go into.
I know. This show's going to go for like 4 hours.
Well, we had to give gifts. We had to, do all the things. So,
Yes. It's pronounced. No, I'm fine with 4 hours. I ain't got nothing to do.
Okay.
I'm on Christmas break.
Well, in that case, let's
I messed my mic. Sorry.
Let's talk a little bit about Overwatch.
Oh, this is my jam.
Yes. So now we have, right now, Overwatch is actually on sale. We have the standard edition is on sale for $20, normally $40, and Game of the Year edition is $30, normally $60. So yay!
Yeah. You can also upgrade
for PC.
You can upgrade
if you want to get the Game of the Year version, and you already have the normal version. You can upgrade for $10.
Oh, awesome. I like that.
Now, what do you get with Game of the Year? You getting skins and stuff like that?
You do, yes.
Loot boxes.
You get a bunch of loot boxes, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Loot boxes. Okay, so who? Okay, so who here? I know that we've had. There have been discussions on the internet about loot boxes. We've even had them here.
Oh God, are we doing that right now?
No. We're not necessarily doing that. But I want to say that there is nothing more frustrating than loot boxes that are timed with a holiday event. That's all I'm going to say. Because with all the games that I'm trying to play, I can't necessarily get all the loot boxes that I want. Even if I purchase some of them, even if I spend like $10 on loot boxes, it doesn't seem like enough.
That's actually something that I feel like Blizzard games should borrow from Hearthstone, because you get to pick which expansion your cards come from. Like, okay, I have enough gold to get a loot box, right? A pack of cards.
Yeah.
I get to pick what cards I want.
Right.
I can pick goblins and gnomes if I want to. Like if I want a card for a wild deck or something.
Nobody wants goblins and gnomes anymore.
Right.
Nobody
but
wants that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If I
Jules,
want to,
don't
I
get
can
that.
pick
If you're getting
I want.
cards, don't get that. Don't get that.
So
No.
I wonder if it would be a cool idea to be awarded loot boxes, and then you have the choice to get just a regular loot box full of stuff because you're trying to grind out, or you're hoping to unlock a character that you don't have yet. Or
how about this? If you're playing May's Snowball Fight or the Yeti thing, then
that'll be a holiday.
Then
box.
you will get a holiday box for that stuff for sure.
But the normal stuff, you get the other thing.
But for the normal stuff, maybe there's a little bit
I don't see what if they're giving away. If they're giving away free stuff, I think a lot of people want the holiday stuff because it's limited edition. So they're like, I want that holiday stuff.
Yeah.
But give them the choice. Maybe you don't like, if you're a player like you that doesn't want the holiday stuff, you want,
I want
the normal stuff you're trying to grind for.
Oh,
you get to,
I want to get the Junkrat skin. I want to get the winter skin for Junkrat.
Sure, yeah.
That'd be awesome.
You're mean Junkrat, Pat.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I got the Roadhog one. I was really happy. I got the Roadhog one. I'm like, yep, awesome. Now he can be like one of the I can't even remember what they're called from WoW. Too much Kickin chicken juice. Who are the fisher folk from WoW? What are they?
Oh, the
Tuskar?
Yeah, the Tuskar.
Yeah.
So he looks like one of the Tuskar.
The fish people.
Yeah, he's not a fish person.
That would be the Jinyu. You're right, Tuskar.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, Tuskar was what I was talking about. Yeah.
We're there.
Kicking chicken juice. Uh-huh. Yes. Diabetes.
It occurs to me there's an entire generation of people who only know Wilford Brimley because of the diabetes jokes.
I know.
Otherwise, I have no clue who that guy is or why they don't.
He's amazing. He's an amazing actor.
Yeah.
He's great.
Do you have diabetes?
All right.
How do you say it, Wilford?
Diabetes.
Diabetes.
I don't remember. All right. Let's talk about this a little bit because there is a little bit of controversy in Overwatch right now because of Smurf accounts. And I want to talk to Thorn about this because I know that you have one.
So I don't know what he's talking about, Blizzard.
Nope, no idea.
Okay, well, why don't you talk about what the issue is, and then?
Okay, so the issue is that there is a top 500 for Overwatch, and because of Smurf accounts, these guys that the top players that go out. Well, it's not even top players. It's all the players of all kinds that go out and they create a new account for whatever reason.
Clearly, of all kinds.
Right, of all kinds. Not me, because I'm super casual. But like Thorn, he has a one account so he can play with his friends that are casual like me, and get away with it. So, however, these guys, the top 500 guys, they're creating Smurf accounts, and then they are also climbing the ladder on those guys and getting into the top 500. So then the top 500 gets to be top 250.
Yeah.
Top 200, top 100. I don't even know.
Top-ish.
The top-ish.
We're not sure, right? Because some of the streamers have said, "Hey, these are my 4 accounts," and then they point out their 4 on the top 500, and you can see those 4 attributed to this one pro player. Okay, but you can't extrapolate from one guy, and say every other one has 4 accounts or whatever. You just don't know.
Right. So, what is your take on this type of play, where you take a Smurf account that is, so the purpose of a Smurf account, from my perspective, is to do something like what you've done with yours and play with your friends, make sure that they don't get angry at you,
right,
for placing them too far advanced into the game, and you can all have some fun, right?
Right.
That would be my version of a Smurf account. That would be what I would want to do with it, right?
Yep.
These guys are doing something different. What's your take on that?
I'm nowhere near the top 500, so that doesn't matter to me that much. But
Sure.
I imagine that if you're close, then it's probably frustrating to you that people who know very well that they can get to top 500, they know that they are up in there, that they're toward the top of the top 500, that they're on the top echelon. It's got to be frustrating as heck to see them gloat about having multiple accounts in there. And one of the videos that was in this article, even they talked about, you could see the clip. The guy's just like, get good, earn it.
Right.
And it was just like, oh,
like,
all right, man.
How are we supposed to get good if there's only like 100 players in the top 500?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's kind of counterintuitive, but hey, they're not there because they're smart. They're there because they're good. I'm kidding. They could be both.
I like
being smart.
I liked it.
But
though.
again,
I think you just invited people to hack you, by the way.
Oh, that's fine. They got better things to do. They got more accounts to bring in the top 500.
That's right.
But see, like again, for me, it's hard to have a perspective on that because I am nowhere near the top 500.
Oh, sure.
Hence the little gift here. So
the salt, yeah,
and I had to make my Smurf account because the main account that I have, I'm not that good, but my two main friends that I play with are that good. Those guys are Diamond Master, whatever, right? And so playing with them has just really jacked up my SR to the point where when I play with quote unquote normal people like me, other normal people like me, it's terrible. And it's just, the game is not fun when you're against competition that is so good that you just get slaughtered. So I have been slotted into that higher echelon by less of my own. I was a support main. I just kind of, I didn't earn it as much on the, the killing side, the DPS side, the damage side to really kind of like carry or whatever, really be on that level. So it's a quality of life thing. And I plan to do comp on it because I want to find out where I actually rank, not where I rank with these really good friends.
Come on. Just put it all into context. It's fine. It's totally cool.
That's it.
You play with diamond players or whatever. And if you get on the
much
list,
better than I am.
if you get on the list, just take it.
I'm not getting anywhere near that list.
I'm wondering if Overwatch wouldn't benefit from something like a Hearthstone system where instead of the top 500, it's more of a legend rank or like, because I know they have Master, Grandmaster, and then top 500, right?
Yeah.
But just leaving it at Grandmaster and having the ranks and not making anything really different from top 500 to Grandmaster? I don't know. It's just, it feels just a little weird. Say what? Like you can still number Grandmaster, I feel like, but I don't. Hearthstone does it to once you've made it to Legend rank, and I know it's a completely different system because you're getting stars and whatever. But once you've made it to the Legend rank, that's the highest rank you can get to. You can't get any higher than that. Now you can be ranked within that. You can be Legend #1. That means you're the best Hearthstone player of all time this season, right?
Right.
But I mean, but yeah, it's more of just bragging rights at that point as to what number you are, where you are ranked. So I'm wondering if maybe not making top 500 such a big thing, making Grandmaster the big thing, and after that it's just where do I fall?
Wow.
In the rank of Grandmaster. You know what I'm saying? I'm wondering if that wouldn't be a better system. That's what HOTS does. That's what other MOBAs do.
Sure.
Yeah. The problem is that these guys don't have enough challenge, that they go and they hit Grandmaster top 500 and then they want to stay there and they don't want to lose and slip out of there. So they play their required game so they don't have rank decay, but they want to keep playing. So that's why they create these Smurf accounts. And then they want to get those Smurf accounts. They get them up to top 500 level. they don't want to keep playing that and drop out of top 500. And then there's another one that comes up and play because these guys want to play.
Right.
But there's no challenge to them once they've hit like that top 500 level. And so what do you do to incentivize a Hearthstone player, for instance, like using your example, Shark?
They're just too damn good, is what you're saying.
They can't fall backwards out of Legend.
Right.
Once they hit it, they can't fall backwards out of it.
Yeah.
Well, but do they have incentive to keep playing as a Hearthstone player once you've hit Legend, or it's like, okay, I'm done for the season, you know, like, well, no, because once, I'm saying Hearthstone because they hit Legend and they don't slip backwards. You could hit top 500 and decay out if you don't play enough.
Gotcha.
So that's where's the incentive to keep them playing? Crickets.
Right. Well,
I would say the game
scene, though, right?
It was a thinky way to leave it, and I've been having way too much Kickin chicken juice.
And I don't know if there is an answer to this, but I mean, unless Blizzard can somehow limit IPs in the top 500, which there's going to be a way around that anyway. Like, there's no way to police this. So it's just a problem that as long as this is the system, this is going to be an issue.
Right.
And I guess, I think that's kind of where the pro streamer was like, get good, because it's not, what are we going to do about it? What can we do about it? So if you really have a problem with it, get good and be in the top 100 then.
I think that is one of the.
I don't like it, but that's kind of where
one of the trolliest and funniest responses anybody can come up with. Ever. Get good.
I hear get good. What he was saying is there's nothing we can do about it, but he said it in like the trolliest way ever.
Well, he didn't use those words either. He was worse.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
But
that's what he meant. That's what he was getting at.
That was That was the gist of it. We're
at least that's kind of what I get.
Yeah, we're not going to cover what he actually said because that's ridiculous. All right,
you can
but get good.
Called him a scrub too. He said get good scrub. It was awful.
Right.
Stung.
That's exactly what he said. No, not really. Mm-hmm. Speaking of kind of trolly things, well, not really trolly things. It's kind of weird. Some things happen in the Overwatch League this week. And by the way, if you will note, I am wearing the jersey for the San Francisco Shock. It's awesome. I love the jersey.
San Francisco, your local team out there in Minnesota?
Yeah, my local team. Yep. My local Minneapolis team. I think that's the closest one. Pretty sure. Probably Texas.
Until the Milwaukee Beers team comes out.
Yeah. The Beers team. Oh my gosh. Great movie. So some OWL stuff happened. Who wants to take this? Maybe Jules. Jules, what actually happened? There was some suspensions.
Bad boys.
They've been bad. They've been very
bad.
Mm-hmm.
Shame.
Yeah, so this past weekend, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, and this is now the second time that Dallas Fuel player XQC has been suspended in game because this time he got so angry that he decided to throw games while he was on stream.
Oof.
Which Blizzard deems inappropriate for Overwatch.
Right.
And the last time he got banned or suspended, he was falsely reporting players for non-participation because they were not willing to switch characters. So yeah, XQC is very well known in the streamer community as being toxic, and so not surprising.
And he's got like 5 Smurf accounts in the top 500 as well. I don't know that that's true, actually. I think he's got a couple at least. I've watched the stream a couple times, and then I was like, I can't watch this toxicity anymore.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing he won the T-Mobile MVP, vote at the World Cup this year too.
Yeah, there's no question he's a very talented player.
Awesome player.
Very talented player, but he's got an anger management problem for sure. And this is now one of 4 suspensions that have been happening in the Overwatch League. Last week, 2 of the Shanghai Dragons players, Undead and Zushu, got fined by their organization because they shared an account. Again, terms of service violation.
This one doesn't really. They were trying to play together, and they couldn't really do it because of whatever. I think that if you're playing at a pro level, you should get pro accounts, essentially.
Yeah.
Right. And you should just be able to.
Or tournament accounts.
Whatever the case may be, you should be able to play with whoever you want, whenever you want.
Yeah.
I think that kind of should allow you some freedom as a player. And yeah, your friend might be screwed on MMR or whatever and might have to play at a new level. But, you should be able to play with whoever you want when you're pro.
Yeah. That specific violation just shows that there is a problem within the inner workings of the system to allow teammates to be able to play together on accounts that are of the similar level.
Right.
And that's why it was happening.
Right.
And then we also discussed this on the show a couple weeks ago. Philadelphia Fusion player Sato got benched for the first 30 games of the season because he was accepting payments for logging into other players' accounts and leveling them up against the game's terms of service. So we've got 2 terms of service violations by 3 players, and then 1 player who has been basically with very toxic, inappropriate behavior. Overwatch League hasn't started yet, and officially, and I think this is going to be something that we're going to have to watch. Player handbook, like players need to be they need to be schooled in what is appropriate behavior and like what do you need to be doing while you're on your own personal stream, dudes. Like come on.
Overwatch League in many ways is going to define professional gaming.
Yes.
If the experiment is successful, which I'm very hopeful it will be, and I think I really think it will be, but it's going to define what being a professional gamer is. Up until now, it's been a snot-nosed jerk that is toxic and this, but not every professional gamer is this way, but that's kind of a stereotype we have in our head. Like, I'm a 19-year-old kid that is a god of all things, and I am the best video gamer ever.
I mean, as a WoW player,
right?
I mean, you just kind of look at it and you say, well, we used to go to a website called Elitist Jerks.
ElitistJerks.com.
That was where we aspired to be. I mean, really, right? So,
but that's and now an elitist jerk is running World of Warcraft.
But I love,
right,
right, surely. But and even then, that's kind of silly. But there's an ego behind being a professional entertainer, which is what athletes and gamers are. Yeah. We're entertainers. People are watching us play, not us, but them play for entertainment.
Yeah, not us.
Yeah, no, in no way. I have a stream, and I get 3 viewers every time I log in. It's my mom and my dog and my girlfriend.
But, your dog has a Twitch account? That's amazing.
Yeah, he's very good. Without opposable thumbs.
Very smart.
But yeah, I love that Blizzard is going to, it seems that I think they can even be harsher with these punishments.
Yeah.
And I think maybe they're sort of gating into it, but I agree with Jules. There needs to be a player handbook. There needs to be set fines. There needs to be set violations. If you are going to act unprofessionally, and that will be defined by the company, which it would be the NFL has their own rules. If you do this or this or this or this, you're going to get a fine.
Right.
You're going to get your pay cut. You're going to get something. You're going to get suspended. And if you break, especially if you break the rules of the game, it's been like the big one for me is the getting paid to level up accounts.
Yeah, that's
huge.
That's not great.
30. I don't know how many games are played in a season. 30 games sounds like a lot of games, and I think that they deserved it.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
if not more, because that's a huge violation.
I mean, and he wasn't cheap either.
It's unprofessional. It's not what they're looking for, and there's somebody else behind you. It wasn't cheap either.
I got it, Thorn. Don't worry about it.
Was that strike 3, Thorn?
It might be.
I think we hit Thorn's rage button.
Just have a little bit of this Kickin chicken juice. It's amazing. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, applause as far as I'm concerned, to Blizzard. I think that this is the only way to handle Overwatch League. If you want it to be legit, make it legit. Ban these people. suspend them, fine them. That's what people do in the professional world. If you're going to be a professional entertainer, this is how you're going to behave.
And
you are our employee.
And it's not like these guys are.
Employee.
It's not like these guys are just playing for scraps or something like that. I mean, they're getting
They're getting tons of money.
They're getting real paychecks. They're getting annuals. They're getting annual salaries of minimum 50 grand, which is awesome. I mean, for a 19-year-old, for a late teens, early 20s kid,
for a 30 or 40-year-old, that's a lot of money.
For a 45-year-old somebody, 50 grand is nothing to sneeze at, right? I mean, so I mean, let's do this up. Let's be pro. Let's make sure that we're not violating TOS, especially violating terms of service is just ridiculous.
Well, and that's the thing I think that we need to that the professional gaming scene needs is accountability,
right?
And knowing that, listen, that you're privileged.
Yeah,
you're very talented, and so we hired you. But if you're not going to make us look good, we're not going to pay you anymore.
Right? And
bye.
Just hurt them.
Yeah, you want to do your own thing, start your own league. Good luck.
Right.
We're established. We're giving you the money. And if you're not that's Blizzard has, or Overwatch League has every right to do that and should do that and make it legit. 100%.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's really tough. So a couple of things just kind of outside of this, right? So let's go away from this. And I will just say that there's two really good things that I'm glad that I did. Number one, I'm glad that I got a San Francisco Shock jersey because it's awesome, and none of the players are being suspended. And I also bought a Dynasty T-shirt because those guys just totally kicked some butt in the preseason games, and also none of them are suspended yet. Let's just hope that continues. And I'm wondering, who are your teams? Who are your teams? Have you guys selected teams yet? Because Excelsior for the local thing, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd probably have to pick Fusion for the same reason. They're the closest team to
Philly,
me. So.
Yeah. Jules,
I haven't selected my team yet.
You're like a mile from me, so I mean, so what team do you pick?
Haven't selected my team yet. I need to see the regular season in action before I make my choice.
The Green Bay Packers are not in the Overwatch League.
I know.
I'll just say it.
Lucky for you guys.
Well, you guys were in Minnesota. Who's going for the Packers?
She lived
I spent 17 years in Wisconsin. It's going to be Packer fan for life.
You're in enemy territory. You gotta change teams.
Trust me, I know.
Chicago is
the Vikings aren't in the OWL either. But I kind of wish that they were because they're doing amazing right now.
My brother lives in Orlando, which is Tampa Bay territory. I love wearing my Panthers jersey down there. It's a lot of fun.
You should be a Florida guy, right? Florida Mayhem.
Yeah, they're nice too, but I hate Florida. Sorry, Giz, and everyone in Florida.
And Giz is actually in Florida this week.
Yeah, he is.
So, but I do love the Mayhem jersey. I mean the
I don't know. I haven't really picked. I want to stay local, though. I would love for a team somewhere in the South, Atlanta, Charlotte, something like that. That would be really, really cool, but we'll see.
Right.
Maybe eventually. They'll have expansions if it's successful, I'm sure.
Right. And I'm seeing the Bears in chat. Yeah. Let's have the Bears in there.
Brett Favre.
That'd be awesome. I'd love to see those guys play video games professionally and lose horribly. Oh my gosh, these guys would eat them alive.
Yeah.
Oh boy, it would be bad. All right, let's talk a little bit about Heroes of the Storm.
Turned up to 11.
Mm-hmm. Now, Jules, you are kind of our de facto Heroes of the Storm person here because you love HGC. Number one,
I do.
And maybe you can lead us through some of the stuff that's happened with Heroes of the Storm because there was some kind of sketchy stuff. There was, I don't know. It just seems sketchy to me, maybe.
Yeah, well, definitely not in the up and up.
Maybe it's the Kickin chicken juice. But Seems that way.
Infecting everything.
It really is.
It's now all over the studio.
Right. Can you inform us as to what has been happening with Heroes of the Storm this week?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I will tell you about what has been happening with ranked mode and the kind of disaster that's been happening. Tuesday was when they deployed the new performance-based matchmaking system.
Yep.
And new rank season launched, and players did their placement matches, their 10 placement matches, and found that they were placed in very different ranks than they placed last season.
Oof.
Like, saw a couple people, my dear friend Steph, Ferociously Steph on Twitch, she was master level and placed platinum in and did not go 0 and 10 on her placements. I saw someone who placed gold last season and placed in bronze 3 for this.
So
That
I
would
know that
rage
we've
me
been
out
doing
so
the secret Greatfather winter, well, not so secret. But I had Gizmo. I actually got him a hard hat for all of the falling MMR happening around him. So hopefully he can stay safe. That was my intent.
You really are a kind gift giver, because that was a hard fall he took.
Yeah, it didn't seem so great. So they restarted a bunch of stuff, right? They kind of redid some stuff. Is that what happened?
Yeah, so on Wednesday, Blizzard acknowledges the problem, and they said that they're disabling ranked mode. They deployed a fix, and we're going to reset any affected accounts that this happened to. And so the resets come back, players start ranking up again, and it's still there. So Friday, everybody got reset again. So if you went through this and you got reset, well, now you got a second reset. Players are still reporting issues as of today. It's not confirmed. Blizzard hasn't said anything, but they have disabled performance-based matchmaking, even though they did say it wasn't the root cause of the problem. They wanted to get that settled before deploying the new changes so that players could feel comfortable with the ranks that they had earned. It's kind of a mess. I am guessing that there may actually be another season reset of the rank season, which would really suck for people.
Really?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oof.
And, and just on a side note, there was a lot of comments, especially even from Blizzard staff, about how toxic and abusive people were.
It was not good.
It was not good from a community that has typically been pretty supportive. And, it's just tough to see that. It's really tough to see that. I know that mistakes get made and that kind of thing, but that's uncalled for.
It really is. And I always struggle with this because I want people to voice their opinions, and I want them to give critical thought to whoever is in charge of different games and stuff like that people enjoy. Right. However, I do want to say that going just to the basement of this stuff and really just saying the vilest of the vile and the worst of the worst, this is not helpful. This is how we lose communication with the people that make the games that we love. And it's a very dangerous area to be in.
Yeah.
We know
there is some late breaking news that just hit like an hour ago.
Okay.
And I'm just reading it right now. So this is actually on the fly.
Go ahead.
And players who are more than one league higher or lower than when they edited 2017 season 3, at that time, we will make these adjustments to be moved up or down to get them back on track.
down?
Yeah.
Well,
so let's see here.
If it happens, right?
I mean, it will, and that people, oh man.
Yeah.
The down part
found a small number of players who have moved up or down a little too far in the ranking system during their latest placements. So, yeah, it looks like they're going to do this tomorrow.
So if you get your rank and you were silver last time and you moved up to, gold 1, and they feel like that was a little bit too high, they will move you down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
They're Oh yeah, that's kind
I
of.
mean, they're not.
I like
saying
it.
How far,
And they're not. And I know they're trying to fix it. And that's what I never want to defend. First of all, let me be very clear. I'm not defending anybody being toxic or vile or violent over the internet.
That's horrible.
However, people have a legitimate concern.
Of course.
Yeah.
And they absolutely, here's the storm. The way that I viewed it, it is such a good video game. It is such a good video game. It does everything that I want in a MOBA. And I've been playing League, and I like League. I haven't played much Dota. I'm sure I'd like that too. I really like MOBAs. I love heroes. I love different maps. I love different objectives. I love the talent system and how you don't have to buy gear. I think it's a better game the way it's designed. However, the biggest failing of Here's the Storm has always been in its matchmaking and its ranked play.
Yeah.
And I love that Blizzard at least identifies that and is making changes and trying to, but the player base can only take so much.
Yeah.
And what I'm afraid of at this point is a dying game because they lose too many people because the competitive part of the game just isn't that fun. Yeah, it's a really fun game to play with your friends, but if they can't figure this out and find a better, and I'm not saying it's easy. I have no idea what to do.
Right.
But I thought the new matchmaking system was a really awesome idea, and I hope it works.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess I'm not surprised by the reaction. Once again, not defending people being threatened or, that's never okay. That's always across the line.
There are zero excuses for that kind of behavior.
However, I do understand why the community's upset.
Sure. Being upset is fine. Being upset is fine.
There's a lot of frustration around that kind of thing, especially if you placed and did placement matches twice in a row, and if possible, three. Now this is not going to be a full reset, but they're going to reset you.
Yeah, they're just going to go ahead. Yeah, see, I know it said that when you won 7 out of 10 that you should be in platinum, but we're going to bump you down to gold.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that's where, looking at we think that's where you should be. That's not going to go over well.
I can't. It's
good luck, Blizz.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough holiday season for Heroes of the Storm players everywhere, I think, and we'll just kind of have to see where this lands, and we'll make sure to keep an eye on it. I know Jules will keep an eye on it over the holiday break.
And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I really think Here's the Storm. It's my favorite MOBA. I think it's the best as far as MOBAs are concerned. I like the game better than playing any other game. It's quick. It's simple. It's complex. Simple and complex at the same time.
Right.
I really like it. And their characters I am familiar with and enjoy. And I know it's personal preference, but man, really hope they fix it because it's a really good game.
Me too. I realize this is going to be. I realize that this is going to be a weird transition. But on the upside, of all of this, is that now you can give HOTS loot chest to your friend. So now I don't know if this is really an upside. After everything that we talked about, I'm not sure that this is so much of an upside, but it is an upside because you can now give.
I think so. It's still a really fun game, and there's still a lot of really cool stuff that you can get in loot chests.
Sure, absolutely.
But yeah,
but now
just don't play ranked.
Don't play ranked. But now you can at least give some stuff to your friends, the ones that play HOTS a lot. And let's say you're a Warcraft player and you have some Blizzard bucks and you want to be able to spend them on something. Well, now you can spend them on your friends and give them stuff for free. So that's awesome. I like that.
Well, not really for free. You're paying for them, but they get it for free.
But if you have Blizzard bucks,
I do think it's nice rather than giving somebody Blizzard bucks or a Blizz gift card or something like that. You're actually, I know you're a Here's the Storm fan, and I know it's fun opening loot boxes. It's probably what you. So it's like that. It's the thought that counts kind of thing, right? Yeah. Like here's a special gift for you.
Here's $5 worth of loot chests.
Yeah.
So go for it. Yeah, I like that. Jules, was there anything quickly for HGC
Yes, a couple real quick things.
Yeah.
They talked about the new structure for 2018. The winners of the Eastern and Western clashes will actually be able to bring an additional team from their region to the mid-season brawl and the HGC finals. It's now an advantage for you to win those clashes for your whole region. Pretty darn cool.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
There's the addition of an international and horizon clash for Latin America, Australia, and New Zealand, Taiwan, and Southeast Asia. The third thing that I absolutely love, and this is going to be super exciting, especially for roster apocalypses, is that now that they've gotten new team ownership guidelines in place, there's an opportunity for more dynamic rosters in 2018. So during the designated release and acquisition windows, they can relinquish rights to any player on their roster and sign any available player to their roster. So they could effectively overhaul their roster by 5 players.
Whoa.
Yes. There are no more like you only can trade 3 or trade 2. You could actually say this team gets a wipe and you start over.
Wow.
Savage.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
Wow.
have Tempo Storm.
I feel like
Tempo Storm's
that
gonna play
add-on.
for Roll
Wow.
20,
Wow.
and Roll 20 is going to go play for Tempo Storm.
Wow.
Right?
Wow. Wow.
Which has
All right.
basically happened 7 times already, but
Yeah, no kidding. So I'll be super excited to watch the roster apocalypses in mid-season. And it's going to be a really cool... It starts January 19th. So check out the new season of HGC coming in a couple of weeks.
Wow.
So, a quick question about the Western Clash. So, when you win the Western Clash or the Eastern Clash, does that mean you bring? So let's say Cloud9 wins.
Mm-hmm.
No, Cloud9's not a team. Tempo
Nice,
Storm
not a
wins.
team anymore.
Nope.
I know. Tempo Storm wins,
Sure.
and they get to choose who goes with them.
No, it's a qualification round in ranking. So it's based on placement for how they placed in the season, I believe. I have to pull that back up now that you've asked. But it's basically opening up a new spot, for an additional spot for that region that the other ones won't get.
Oh, so
Got
if Tempo Storm wins and I'm just using them, I don't know, but Tempo Storm wins the Western Clash.
Yeah.
That means that at the mid-season
region,
brawl, another NA team is going to get to go.
Yeah.
Right.
So instead of the region just sending the playoff winner to the mid-season brawl as the region's second team, the playoff runner-up will also advance to the mid-season brawl.
Wow.
Wow.
And if it was Exorcist or not whatever,
Right.
Oh my God. Not Exorcist.
Let's just use method
I'm done.
every time.
Dignitas, yeah, Method. Does Method have a Haas? No.
They've got
Dignitas.
I
If
don't know.
Dignitas wins, then another EU team would get
Sure.
to go.
Wow.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Cool.
Wow.
Exactly. Wow. Anything else from any other game? Because I know that this is, it's funny because we started out this show and it was like, oh yeah, we've got 30 minutes of pre-news stuff to do, and then we've got like an hour of news. It's been amazing.
Yeah.
Anybody have anything else that they want to bring up? This is the last chance before the end of the year for us.
Well, League of Legends had a lot of changes happen.
All right, so we're done then? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Say, I want to wish everybody a very happy new year. Maybe I should play this stuff. I should play this music. I do want to wish everybody a happy new year. And I look forward to bringing this show into 2018 with my Kickin chicken juice.
Wow.
Wow. And all that kind of stuff. But before we get out of here, I want to have you guys give your little say. Anything coming up before the end of the year for you guys, or where can people find you? And Jules, let's start with you. You got anything
You can
coming up?
find me, Tauren Think Tank is doing a show on Thursday. You can find that at Tauren Think Tank. You can find me on Twitter at JulesRPG. And it's going to be really quiet for me for the rest of the year, thank goodness, because I could use a little bit of break.
Right on. Thorn, how about you, buddy?
We just put out episode 128. Episode 129 is coming out of Lagging Balls within the next day or so. You can find me on Twitter at Thornbrow. You can find the show at Lagging Balls. You can search Lagging Balls on Facebook and Tumblr and Google and anywhere else but Google Images. Don't recommend that.
Don't do an image search.
Nope.
Do not.
We have a giveaway coming out as well from the Blizzard WoW team. So just listen to our latest episode for the details on that. That comes out later this week.
By the way, thank you so much to the Blizzard. Thank you so much to the Blizzard team. Let me have another drink.
Wow.
But thank you so much to the Blizzard team for all of their support this year, and especially like all through BlizzCon and beyond this year, especially.
Been amazing.
And they've been great. They've been giving a lot of stuff to us to give away to everybody. So thank you very much, Blizzard. All right, Shark, what do you got?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Sharku_CTR, same Twitch handle. You can also find me on Merely a Setback. It is still a show. Those of you that have been following us might have noticed that we haven't put any shows up in about a month or so since BlizzCon. It's because after BlizzCon, real life smacked us all in the face really hard. However, we have some great, awesome plans coming up for 2018. Nothing super confirmed yet, but a lot of really cool guest hosts, a lot of stuff that we are really kicking off trying to get this thing going. So be prepared for that. Merely a Setback podcast. Or merely a Setback show. I don't know. It's one of those. I keep saying the wrong Twitter handle.
Wow.
So Setback Podcast. Setback Podcast.
Yeah,
at Setback Podcast. That's it.
Wow.
She-Boots is going to murder me.
And now I'm going to play this music, and I'm going to try to make it through this entire end of the show.
Wow.
Kickin' chicken juice.
You might need help.
That's all I'm saying. All right. Make sure to join the conversation we're having at any time. Make sure to email convertraid@gmail.com. Call and leave comments and questions on our raid line, 612-787-RAID. That's 612, let me repeat that, 612-787-7243. You can join the Bazooba Guabo Nation by heading over to convertraid.com. That's where we have our show downloads, our Discord infos, our videos, our audios, and all the guild stuffs, and so much more, all over at convertraid.com. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on YouTube. We're on iHeartRadio. We're on Spotify. We're on all sorts of different places around the internet, so you can find us. Convert to Raid is produced and distributed by Signals Media. Make sure to check out all of our friends on the Signals Media All-Star Network at signalsmedia.com. Some more chicken juice right here. Hold on. Let me just a little bit of a break.
You want me to finish the show? You want me to finish it out? All right.
You got this.
I got it. All right. Oh, boy. Where was I? Where did I leave off? Oh, here we go.
That's going to be it.
Right
there.
That's going to do it for the show. Shark, thank you. Thorn, thank you.
You're welcome, bud.
Jules, thank you. Thyst, Tatva, who else? Gizmo. John. Let's do Darius as well.
Darius,
and
Tovo,
Joss,
those guys are all on
and
the show
Tovo, and Tovo got married as well.
Tovo got married.
He got married. It's amazing.
Tatva was in the wedding.
And everybody who's been a part of this show, thank you so much for coming on this year. Thank you, chat room, for everybody that's dropped in this year and been another chair on the show. It's been amazing.
Wow.
And thank you guys. Wherever you guys are picking us up, thank you so much for being a part of this show for the last year. And we will see you in 2018. For all the guys on Convert to Raid, bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.